Thrifted time!
Gertrude Stein penned the famous line, "A rose is a rose is a rose." But Gertrude was wrong. A rose isn't always a rose. Sometimes it can be the sign of a miracle.
Good morning! Are you ready to perk up another mundane Monday morning with us? I hope so, because it's time for Roses and Rosewood, only on the Thrift Store Rundown, where we showcase The Bachelor and Pretty Little Liars, all in the company of some really good friends. That's the perked up part, you know, Central Perk, always on a budget. After 6 weeks of reviewing the ravishing ragamuffins over at OK Magazine, it's nice to touch on a more venerable magazine for a change, like Us Weekly. This is the April 17, 2023 issue, and it's also nice to know that all 3 cover stories here, plus Jennifer Stallone's Ultimate Beauty Boost advertisement, have an air of truth to them. Compared to OK Magazine, OK will never hold a candle in terms of accuracy to Us Weekly, let alone people. I happened to spot this particular issue first at the Barnes & Noble at the Clifton Commons. I didn't get that because I saw a friend's item too good to resist, so I had to shelve this. You'll see that item in my Friends Experience video series in a few weeks. I snagged this particular issue for free from the Ulta Beauty at Raintown Center. I was sitting in a private salon area when the employees came to check up on me, wondering what I was doing, and I said I was ready for a friend who had an appointment there. I was looking at some reading material, figuring out what would be good candidates for this show, and here comes this exact same issue that I first spotted at BNN. I took it home. I asked the employee if I could take it with me, and she said no problem. That's how I got it. If you're wondering what I'm going to get in it, we're all about to find out right now. Let's go ahead and first talk about somebody that I don't normally gush about around here, but I definitely have the hots for. Sydney Sweetie. You know, Euphoria's Cassie. Looking red hot in a custom Miu Miu look on February 18th as part of this red carpet section. Scarlet Fever. Hollywood's fashion favorites bring the heat in fiery red hot looks. The point is, Sydney Sweetie can look red hot in anything. That's pure reality. Wait. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and give a shout out to our newest Little Mermaid, Halle Bailey. You might also recognize her from Freeform's Bonus, the spin-off of ABC's Blackish. Also as one half of that sister rap group, Chloe and Haley. It was a bold choice for director Rob Marshall to cast her in The Little Mermaid, but you know what? Disney's gotta be bolder, Disney's gotta be bigger, Disney's gotta be braver and step outside the lines. Whatever it takes to stick it to their evil stepfather in Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis. Nobody silences the mouse. Now, let's go ahead and flip the page and find out which part of the trifecta will we start this episode off with today. Friends, Bachelor, Pretty Little Liars? Oh yeah. Continuing where we left off on style, this is Who Wore It Best. Us asked their Instagram followers to be the judge. Here we have Lucy Hale versus Allison Williams in a Versace dress with some sort of avant-garde rose design pattern. Majority rules. Aria, our couture chameleon, takes 90% of the vote versus Allison Williams, who only takes 10. You do the math. Aria, aka Lucy, can pretty much rock anything. Let's turn the page to another style queen, Jennifer Aniston, and I don't use the term style queen loosely. But I figured that this is going to be one sexy swan song for this year's Roses and Rosewood. We might as well go all out. This is loose talk, what the stars said this week, and Jennifer's quip is a bit more poignant than the 4 others here. I feel like I've risen up from some ashes. I think this balls from her Phoenix Rising interview for the final print issue of Allure magazine, which I'll link below if you haven't seen yet. I think we always have moments of ebbs and flows, and it just feels like that kind of period right now is feeling really great about every single thing. Reflecting on one hell of a life. Once again, I'm loosely tying Jennifer Aniston to Friends because, you know, she's far beyond her Rachel Green days, but really not that far beyond. Her only Emmy award comes from playing Rachel Green. She's yet to win an Emmy for another role, if that ever comes. Now on to Love Live. And I got 2 stories to share with you, but because we put a high priority around Friends here, it's only fitting that we bring it all full circle and gush about the woman who was first featured in Perked Up Roses Rosewood in the first episode, now featured in the last. The love of my life, Courtney Cox, with a longtime boyfriend, frontman of the band Snow Patrol, Johnny McDade, living by their own rules. It's been nearly a decade since they began dating, of course with an engagement, but Courtney Cox and Johnny McDade are content as is. The source tells us they don't have any desire to get married. They don't need a piece of paper to be happy. The fact that they've gotten through all the hurdles life's thrown at them as a couple is proof of that. So yeah, they're one of those couples that don't believe in the sacred institution of marriage. They're kind of like Shabert or Matt Babel, Oprah and Stedman, and a few many others in that regard. Kind of like Pickle Boy and Princess on YouTube, Michael Green, Bridget Westcott behind the camera. Anyway, I believe in the sacred institution of marriage. If you go look up Quagmire's speech on marriage from Family Guy, you'll understand what marriage is supposed to be, at least according to my point of view. And I do mean Quagmire, the guy who almost simultaneously signed his own death certificate along with his marriage certificate. Maybe that's why he's not the marrying kind. It doesn't even matter. I think they're a handsome couple, but if given the chance, I will learn guitar in a week just to woo her. While we're on the subject, let's go ahead and talk about Chriselle Staus, selling Sunset alumni, and her Australian spouse, rapper G Flip, who's non-binary, by the way, going by the initials they, them. A horror show for grammar teachers, but to each their own, as long as you're comfortable in their own skin. The next step. They were talking about marriage on the date that this was published, and yet they put their money where their mouth was. Tying the knot, they say, in a Vegas chapel, which is where we have some contention. Getting hitched in Sin City is quite a gamble. Then again, what's a couple of lovebirds to do in a city that knows a thing or two about gambling, where you can find a wedding chapel with or without an Elvis impersonator just around the corner from a drugstore? There's no marriage license for these two in the state of Nevada public records, so they're kind of deceiving the public. Bunch of nimrods. On a lighter note, over a year ago, as you know, I met Chriselle Staus for her book signing, Under Construction. It was field research for a series I have in the works on daytime soap opera books. As you know, she's a soap opera actress, or was in a previous life. Amanda Dillon from All My Children, and a couple of other juicy roles in a couple of other daytime soaps. Daytime soaps, as you know, on endangered breed of television. Not dying, but endangered. She made the most of it. It was fun field research. I'm glad to have met her. She was, and is, super hot, and any person would be lucky to marry her. That said, it would also be a little bit stupid, but who's keeping track? Let's stop keeping up with us. These are just little side mentions of other celebs in random outings. This one, not so random. Bachelor alumni Calia Quinn from Ben Higgins' season, also a frontrunner to be the next Bachelorette, but losing out to JoJo Fletcher, welcoming daughter Teddy on March 30th with husband Nick Borello. Above. Quote, "We are soaking in every second with our first baby girl," the couple exclusively tells us. Many happy returns, filled with baby bottles and dirty diapers. Okay, who's next? Aha! Stars going green. These famous eco warriors are on the front lines when it comes to saving Mother Earth. So, there's a whole bunch of celebs volunteering their time to environmental causes, including one that I spoke about many times here with great admiration and the faintest hint of lust. Billie Eilish. During her 2022 Happier Than Ever tour, the singer partnered with Reverb and set up eco-villages, where fans can fill up water bottles for free, register to vote, and learn about environmental nonprofits. Quote, "I'm not going to tell you what to do," said the Grammy and Oscar winner who joined WaterAid's call for climate action last year. "I'm just going to tell you why I do this." And apparently she does so with great grace and gusto. Ty Pennington, Trading Spaces alumni and host of Extreme Makeover Home Edition. The OG and best one in my opinion. Warm weather is upon us. Tide this on how to get your pad ready for the rising temps. Take advantage of your backyard oasis and new territory. Find a fresh approach to decorating the great outdoors, at least your corner of the great outdoors at home, and look for some fun spring swaps. I'm not a fashion expert, but I do like Ty Pennington a lot. So much so I have his book coming up soon, Ty's Trips. I'm contemplating whether to do that for Father's Day or not, in memory of my father who recently passed. That was the reason why I decided to take some time off of this series and from this channel, save for some therapeutic shopping. But it's nice to get my spark back. Anyway, if you want to enhance your corner of the great outdoors, transform your entertaining space with these fab finds, courtesy of Pottery Barn, Dance, Serena and Lily, Williams-Sonoma, and West Elm. As far as Pottery Barn goes, do you have enough space outdoors for an apothecary table? If so, do me a favor and message Lisa Kudrow about that. I think Phoebe would be more than happy to take a hammer to that, like Monica did to Chandler and Zoe's foosball table to get their chicken duck out of there. The more friends, the better, right? Staying along the eco-friendly lines, we have here nice packets. Help protect the planet by choosing hair and skin essentials housed in super sustainable vessels. Like these two vessels coming from Giorgio Armani. They're called My Way. Once you finish the woodsy vanilla juice of Giorgio Armani's My Way perfume, refill the bottle. Sydney, sweetie, where's it? It suddenly does pay to go green for good and bad reasons. Look at this. $142 for 50 milliliters, $150 more for a 100 milliliter refill? And you wonder why I skipped these pages. Want it for Sydney, sweetie? I definitely would have skipped this one. Mercifully, that is the last feature I'm highlighting for this issue, and as a whole, for this series. It gets all 5 claps for the additions of Courtney Cox above all, and Billie Eilish. As far as this series goes, this was an absolute blast. I do Roses and Rosewood every year, but the addition of one of my new favorite shows, Friends, suddenly made this one of the finest installments yet, and I want to thank you for watching throughout this entire series. In the future, there'll be a Roses and Rosewood playlist which includes videos from this series and other reviews I've done over the past 4 or 5 years. No matter if you believe that 2 can keep a secret if one of them is dead, if you're a hardcore soldier within the PLL army, or if you're one of those people in Bachelor Nation who always stops and smells the roses, it doesn't matter. The point is, for both groups, for all of you, for all of us, I'll be there for you. Thanks for watching. Check out more TSR by clicking on another awesome review like this one, top left. And be sure to subscribe by clicking top right. Until next time, I'll catch you on the Thrift Side.